get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube. What's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And today, man, we're going to talk a little bit about touch and velocity again. I don't know if y'all have noticed, like, over the last few updates, the underneath defender thing has gotten like a little bit out of hand. Like, seriously, like, you got guys picking off the ball, and the ball is, your throws are probably 15 to 20 yards down the field. And I've seen it where it's guys that aren't deep zone guys or whatever, it's just regular safeties or whatever jumping up and picking off the ball. And so I think, like, in my opinion, one thing about this is all the velocity cams that are available now. You got set feet lead, fearless, gunslinger, all that kind of stuff. And so amidst all that, and the fact that we're already, like, we just bullet pass everything, that's why all the underneath passes are being picked off. And hence, they've really just put the straight, like, kibosh in the high and low passes for the most part. I want to talk about like not bullet passing everything, and the fact that, wow, that was crazy. The fact that when you actually throw the ball now, I think more than ever, it's more important to have touch now more than ever, because touch is actually substituting for your lack of control of the trajectory of the ball. Meaning, everything, it's like we can throw every pass that's wide, or if it's clear over the top, we can throw that lob. But we have to learn the fact that sometimes the softer throws are actually the better throws, the lobs, the touches. And Madden used to be like this, like a while ago, where really the touch that you put on the ball was really evident. But that was a while ago. And so now it's like everything now, you have to have some sort of, supposedly you have to have some sort of velocity chem and all that stuff. But no, you just have to learn how to use touch. And by using touch with the button, just like not fully pressing the button all the time. I've said this so many times that probably ad nauseum, that the buttons are pressure sensitive. And so again, it's like the old school shooting, like on 2K and NBA Live, when you used to shoot with the button. You have to know how long to hold the button and how much to press it in the first place. Yeah. And so on a lot of these passes, you see me making these passes with classic. This is classic. This is not it's not even skill-based passing. And you see that a lot of these passes aren't necessarily bullet passes. They have a little bit of arc in them. You know what I mean? It's a certain way or certain mechanics that I'm using to make these throws that I'm able to put the ball up, out, and you can get the ball to hang up in the air, long enough for the guy, that whoever you're throwing to run up underneath it. And so, but with that, the touch part comes in the fact that I have to know who I'm throwing to. I have to understand the speed of the receiver that I'm throwing to, the route that I'm throwing, and also the area. And so I can't necessarily gun every pass. Like, if I gun that right there immediately, like if I gun it, that's getting picked off by the underneath guy. Easy. You have to be able to take a little bit off of it, and you have to be able to find that fine line between the bullet pass and the touch pass. And again, like I said, just understanding the situation that you're throwing into. There's a defender over the top. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to lob the ball up and just let it hang up in the air that long, because the over the top defender would obviously come down and make a play. And so, but again, there was a lot of touch involved in that. And also, you have to understand, especially on this game, for you guys that do use skill-based passing, and even for us guys that still use classic, there's a lot of overthrows on this game, and some of it I attribute to just the DDA stuff, but a lot of it I attribute to us actually just not adapting to what's going on with the game, because we see that obviously they're trying to make passing maybe a lot harder, I'm gonna say, but it's like, if you really get back to the gist of what passing is, it's about touch. The best quarterbacks are able to have touch. Even on your screen passes, the reason why a lot of your screen passes, the blocks don't develop, is because you're throwing the ball too hard to the receiver, to the running back, or too hard to the wide receiver, and the harder you throw the ball, the faster the defense reacts, which is, it's kind of crazy. Like I said, it's a fine line, and you just have to know like how to throw it away from the defender, but not throw it too far. And a lot of that has to do with your footwork, how you're able to sink your feet, shift your weight into the throw, and how much the strength of the throw. Because understand that, like, when you're under pressure, the closer the defenders are to you, the less strength they allow you to put on the throw. So, a lot of times if you have a lot of guys standing around, you'll be able to make the throw, and the throw will be on target, but the throw just won't have enough oomph to get to the receiver, or get, through the window in the defense. And now, so like with the high throws are the same thing. The high throws are just oversensitive. And so if you can still make high passes, don't get me wrong, trust me, I still do it at least once or twice a game. In some situations where I need to make that throw, I'm going to be able to make it, because I fully understand that with the high throws, I don't have to throw the ball that hard. More so, it's about my footwork, and not leading. A lot of the times, it's like when you're making high throws, a lot of the times you shouldn't lead the pass if you can help it. You should just kind of, if you're making it, you need to already have your aim set before you start making the throw. But some of the silly stuff with the high throws like that, they'll make you, the ball, your receiver won't get in bounds. You'll get like silly drops and all that kind of stuff. But I think, if you still want to make high throws, trust me, it's out there to do. It's just more of a roll of the dice. It's a total crapshoot, because you just don't know from play to play how the game is going to react. Even if you make the perfect throw, you may make the perfect throw and the guy may just drop it because it was a high pass. And so what that does, taking away the high and the low pass, and I'm sorry, I used to really be a big proponent of skill-based passing. I'm not now, just simply because I see like the algorithm in it, in the all of the detours and little booby traps they set with skill-based passing that makes you wonder, okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? And 9 times out of 10, your mechanics are probably good enough to make the pass, but because of, like, again, the algorithm of skill-based passing, it becomes a level of probability. And so that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Having a post route open seemingly within a window that I feel like I should be able to make this throw, but because of just the inability to really understand like depth. I think that's the problem that we have with this game, is our ability to read the depth of the defender and the depth of the receiver. But I think, like, again, Madden puts so many detours in that it's not even funny. So it's like on that first pass, I can make a bullet pass that should have got through, that didn't get through, but right there, that's almost a total lob. Like, this is a lob pass. And so, yeah, I wanted to show those sequence of highlights just to show you, like, the difference. It's like the first pass gets picked off where the guy's open, but I bullet pass it. This pass, it's like a lob. And so a lot of the times, even if you have, like, KO defenders or pick artists and all those kind of defenders right there in the middle of the field, which I do, I mean, the ball will get right through because you've taken something off of it. Again, like I said, sometimes you have to throw a change up as opposed to a fastball. And again, even in those situations where the guy is in a trail technique, or, you know, he's in your hip pocket or whatever, a lot of the times we will bullet pass that, and then the guy who's trailing him will actually undercut the pass, and we never actually get a chance to make the play on the ball. You know, and so in a lot of these cases, what I'm seeing just with the advent of how all the updates are coming is just that, you know, lobs and trajectory styled passes of this nature are becoming more of a thing. Yeah, big time. I'm making them, like, in league games. I'm making them in the clutch. I'm making them everywhere. And that doesn't mean it always works, but I'm seeing now that I'm becoming more and more comfortable with making those styles of passes. Whereas before, you know, you get so caught up in the bullet pass aspect of it, it's like everything's a bullet pass. And so it to me, it makes your not necessarily your offense predictable. It makes your throws predictable, and how people play your throws. They're able to play you underneath. You know, if you might have a guy 10 yards open if you're trying to fit it somewhere, but, you know, if you're bullet passing everything, that underneath defender, that makes him very viable in that situation, because you're going to have to get the ball over him, or, you know, somewhere outside of his range. And on this game, it's like I said, it's difficult to judge the depth, and it's just difficult to judge the range sometimes. But you see right here, just like I said, getting your weight shifted and all that stuff, if there are no defenders around, yeah, you're able to step into the throw and you know, necessarily place the throw where it's needed. I don't say lead anymore. I always say place, because that's the sequence of events. You should be placing the stick where you want to throw the ball before you start hitting the button to make the throw. Let me say that again. You should be placing the left thumbstick. This is how leading should go. Placing should go. You should place the stick where you want to make the throw before the throw is made. Yeah. And so that's how I'm able to keep the ball away from a lot of the defenders, and still able to put a lob on it. And so when you see when the ball comes on the downward trajectory, the defender just does not stand a chance. I know this was like a side track.